It is time, folks. We're going to count them down. These next 4. Who will make it to the top 8 in 3, 2, 1. Tetris! There we go. We're underway.
Yeah, the Buko chants will let you know we are off and running here. Top 16 continues on.
Man, you know, Birb, that first 4 that we saw, electric. This one, a lot of drama. Lots of drama, a lot of stories involved, a lot of hopes and dreams out there. Again, you know, starting with the young man 11, seed number 3. His qual was brilliant, to say the least. So good. iBall.
Yeah, it was incredible to watch live and just seeing his progression, right? You know, he's always been a pretty solid player, right? You know, but not someone you would expect, you know, necessarily to get, you know, a top 4 seed just right out of the gate, right? He's really elevated his game over these last few months.
He is taking on the TetrisTime, seat number 19 in the tournament. TT, you know, we got to watch both of their videos, Birb. You know, they had some really good outset. Again, let's give a shout out to Mari and the YouTube production team crew that was doing that. They really did a fantastic job. Mario overseeing that, did wonderful to interview players and commentators and other organizers about that. And, you know, TT's story to me has always been a good one. It's been where, like, I felt like he's always just been someone that's always overlooked. You know, you look at his stacking, he's one of the most aggressive players outside of, like, Alex on top of that. But his story has always been one that's near and dear to my heart for some reason. I don't know. He's just a goofy kid that I like, and I can't help it. But this is their first time they're matching up overall.
Yeah, somehow, man. It's crazy just how many different times they've been in CTL and have never faced off at TTM. Like, nothing. They've never faced off. So this is their first meeting, and I think it is sure to be a dramatic one.
And then on the bottom, getting underway, it's Tristop and Dog. Kind of mentioned that they've been in the scene for a long time. They're the old crafty veterans now, despite the age.
Right, yeah, you're usually expecting, you know, veterans. You see, like, you know, someone that's been playing the games that they came out, but no, this scene's been going on for so long. That's the 16th annual World Championship, and, you know, of course, these two been around for quite a few years of that, you know, since before the pandemic, so if that tells you anything.
Yeah, and you know, I kind of mentioned that they played so many times together. They played about 20 times overall, but the thing is that they haven't played in a couple of years against each other. It's been 2022 since the last time. That kind of tells you, like, how many times they played. It feels like it was yesterday, but it's 3 years ago. Wow.
Yeah, I guess time flies when you're having fun, but of course, someone who might not be having so much fun right now is TT, as his board up in the top there is in a little bit of a mess. And, you know, it's crazy. You know, I mentioned yesterday when we were watching him, the top 32, top 48, you know, we were watching him, you know, just seeing what kind of situations he kind of gets himself into, but then the fact that he's able to always work out of them, you're always kind of baffled, right, at what you're looking at. But TT does TT things, and it all works in his own head, and honestly, it's working out for him. You know, it's paying off.
So here we go, moving along here patiently. 287 for iBall, 214 for TetrisTime. About 3 Tetris lead in favor there. And on the bottom, Tristop and Dog. 360 to 318. About almost 3 Tetris lead as well. Dog will cut it down to about 2 with that Tetris.
Yeah, as we are in the back half of the 18 portion of play, we're probably about 50 lines away from the transition, so some players are going to start to think about it in a little bit here before we see that speed increase by about 50%. And right now, iBall's board looking a little bit awkward, but it's just going to take a couple burns here, and that should be good enough to reopen the right side here. But of course, worth noting here, King, you know, for our bottom match there, you know, you mentioned that they have somehow not played since 2022. You know, Dog does lead over Tristop, right? And all their matches they played, lifetime, Dog leads that series 14-6. So certainly, you know, kind of, when you're looking at this matchup, kind of the favorite here, right, in terms of just, you know, their past experience against each other. But again, it's been 3 years since they played against each other. Certainly, Tristop has improved a metric hecton since then, right? And, you know, yeah, certainly will be a good opponent here for Dog.
Totally. The rage on. Transitions looming for players soon. And we want to give a quick shout out. We got a nice gift sub contribution to our channel.
That we did, yeah.
My man, K9 watching Tetris. Huge supporter of Classic Tetris as well. Giving 50 gift subs to the community. Probably heard me talking about get those subs in so you can avoid the channel ads.
Yeah.
Well, K9, you're a sweetheart as always. Thank you so much. And hopefully we'll see you next year. He was one of the organizers for the CTWC Montreal event that iBall attended and made it to the finals for that one. He actually played Tristop in that. How coincidence.
Yeah, and worth noting, one of those contributions, or subs, excuse me, one of those subs actually going to iBall.
Oh, so, how about that?
So there you go. Congrats, iBall. Even if you don't win this match, you get a free subscription.
Right, exactly. So you can go watch back and say, what did I do wrong? Here we go. Got transition at the top for iBall and TT. They are racing. Dog is about to join Tristop in the transition as well. Birb, it is level 19 speed. Let's go.
Yeah, it is about a 2 Tetris lead here for Tristop at the moment here. And again, as mentioned, he's only beaten Dog 6 out of the 20 times they played. But again, the last time they played was 3 years ago. Tristop, a top 4 finisher right here at the World Championship last year. Oh, but he's gonna hang a bar. Oh my goodness. I start gassing him up and he is in some trouble. Oh my God. What are these burns? No, it's not gonna be enough. King, those burns were so impressive though to watch. The fact that was absolutely diggable.
Absolutely, no. It's absolutely diggable, but it's tough. It's world-class digging that needed to be happening there. He did the right thing where he tried to stay flat with as many pieces as he could to try to just chop it line by line by line. But then the game threw him the wrong piece to fix it, and that's it. Game number 1 will go to the 2-time former world champion. Meanwhile, the top, things just heating up. iBall with a 73,000 point lead over TetrisTime. Raging on. It's level 23 for TT, 22 for iBall. He'll join now on 23.
Yeah, of course. He's enjoying about a 100,000 point lead. Worth noting here that, he did recently make the finals at the Classic Tetris Monthly Tournament, but, unfortunately, hasn't really been able to get to that level 39 super kill screen super consistently. Really has been having a hard time with that lately. And that's, and TT conversely has been having some great success on 29. So certainly, in spite of the score differential here, that's something that could come into play as we get into the later levels.
All right, over on the Tristop Dog game, they're ready to go. We'll count them down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. They may begin. iBall and TT underway in the level 19 speed. They're halfway through. It's level 25. 4 plus Tetris lead almost for iBall. There it is. Get back on it.
Yeah, there we go. Nice dirty Tetris time. He is at 739, 867. Add a Tetris 9 undo here for iBall as we are approaching the level 29 kill screen. We are starting to run out of runway here before then. But of course, iBall, the one with some burning required here. And this is really, if you're TetrisTime, this is a good chance to try and close this gap and maybe take the lead here before we get to the level 29.
So iBall's faced it. Ooh, these pieces. Some slip-ups going on for iBall. Piece sequence not at the best. Take it over. He's done. iBall has topped out at 909. TT with the clean board. Tetris for him. He's cutting it down. 31,000 point lead. Less than a Tetris. He's going to start setting up Akibar on the right side. Birb. He's winning on that Lex bar to seal it. And there it is. Bang! Tetris. TetrisTime will strike first.
Wow, very nicely done there. Yeah, the 3-time regional winner getting the first game of the series. Nicely done.
At the bottom, they're just getting underway. Dog and Tristop have begun. Seat number 11 for Tristop. Seat number 6 for Dog. Had a chance to call that qualifier with Adam Irish on Friday with Dog, Meme, Fractal, and Scooty, man.
That was intense.
That was a fun one. All of them were kind of pushing each other to the limits.
Yeah, I probably had one of the best seats, and that was being up on stage, grabbing those scores and everything. That was really intense. I mean, it turned out to be more of a physical job than I remember it being, because it was like max out. I'm like, all right, cool, let me write that down. No, I got another max out. I got another one, right? Friggin' 16 maxes for me, right? It was just very crazy to watch.
No, so crazy indeed. Tetris coming up for Dog. Well, we're ready to go for TT and iBall. Let's count them down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Game number 2 has now begun.
Yeah, and there we go. They are underway. It is 18 action upon us. As the fans clamoring for Tristop at the moment.
Got some dueling chants perhaps about to take place there.
Oh, yeah. But no, this is what we come here for. That's the in-person experience. Seriously, if you are watching at home and you have not had a chance to attend here at the SoCal Gaming Expo, if you have the means, seriously, it is an electric environment. You got to come out.
All right, so little talking points, of course, when we continue with Tristop and Dog at the bottom. When we talk about FMS, Birb, Dog is the best on the planet when it comes to FMS. His numbers are astronomical. They're outstanding. No shock, really, when you're talking about a two-time former world champion.
Yeah, and it's certainly someone that hasn't really, clearly has not really dropped off either, right? You know, again, making the finals just this past year, 2024. You know, he's just a very consistent player, and is always someone that you gotta worry about him for sure, right? He's someone definitely a pretty feared player.
I mean, he should be, right? Didn't he just tie someone here in our live audience? Corian. Dog and Corian now tied for the most CTM Masters win of all time, 11. Dog just did that. Banner year for Dog, because he also captured his first ever Mega Masters for CTM as well. So monster achievements for him this year, and he's looking to try to cap his 2025 off with a big win here at the World Championship.
Yeah, certainly that would be huge for him. And right now he is playing a very efficient game, but his opponent on the left, Tristop, at a 90% Tetris rate. Hi, James Chen. Right, he is just on fire right now through about 90 lines, barely burning at any capacity.
So 485 for Tristop, 430 for Dog. They are getting close to that 100 line mark. The Joey Parker turn, got to say it at least once here, Birb. Right?
Yeah, you got to get that in.
Got to get it in. Meanwhile, still early days for iBall and TetrisTime. TT with a less than a Tetris lead.
Yeah, both players have been in their burn sequences right now. Both are not too pleased with these piece combinations right now, and TetrisTime just trying to make the most of it here. He's able to fill in that line dependency and just needs really just a couple more burns to be able to resolve this.
We saw the last game as iBall's digging out at the moment. We saw the last game where that iBall was heavily in the lead for a bit, and then TT started raging on to catch up. iBall did not get to level 29 kill screen play, kind of topped out on 26, and that's kind of stats-wise, you kind of see that he doesn't always make it to kill screen. He kind of falters a little bit as we're getting there, and you can see right now he's not happy with what's happening on his board.
Yeah, and gotta mention certainly, yeah, right, having more issues getting to 29 late, but certainly, and 39 of course as well. But it's definitely kind of a tough game one. When you can't get to 29, that's definitely gonna be a huge disadvantage.
All right, so.
Yeah, all right, iBall's like, all right, we got it, we're clean, like everything's all right.
It's under control. He's a pro. He's got it. He's yapping at you, Birb.
Oh yes.
You want to hear it. TT, meanwhile, that board.
Oh,
this is a TT stack of all time.
Yeah, TT doing TT things, right?
And it's typical TetrisTime right now. But he always finds a way, Birb. I don't know how he does it, but he always manages.
Yeah, the inner workings of his mind are an enigma.
you just gotta let him cook, man. That's all you gotta do. Just let the man cook.
Yeah, what else can you do? But here we go. We've transitioned on the bottom. Tristop at 732, Dog at 593. It is about a 140,000 point lead for Tristop.
All right, they're underway with 19 play at the bottom. We'll see how that goes. Dog down almost 200,000 points. Tristop just had a monster transition score going in.
Yeah, Tristop is just on fire right now. He's looking to keep this going. Wants to tie the series again. Dog did take game number 1. So Tristop definitely looking to even things out, and this would be a statement win right here if he could do it.
Tetris for Dog could go to 676, about almost 6 Tetrises behind. Well, Tristop not going to look to let up on the lead. He knows who he's playing. He knows he cannot falter. He must continue to play strong.
Yeah, he's got to just stay on the gas. He knows if he even gives Dog an inch, he'll take a mile. And there we go, another Tetris Tristop is at 929. I mean, what a hot game here, King. We're looking at maybe a max out at before level 25.
Yeah, you can see his Tetris rate at the bottom is just insane. It's 86%, so he's playing with absolute efficiency.
Yeah.
There's
he did just get the 10th ranked 19 transition in CTWC history. I'd call that pretty efficient.
Yeah. Tetris again for Tristop. 991, and there we go.
There we go, max out in a 25.
Meanwhile, iBall and TT have now joined at level 19 speed. They're underway. It is close, neck and neck, as they would say. 15,000 point lead for iBall.
Yeah, certainly a tight game at the top. It's kind of a low scoring game at the top. There's been a lot of burns up there, a lot of dig sequences that have, that have prevented them from getting the higher transitions. But they are neck and neck, and that's all that really matters. You just got to score higher than your opponent.
And that's kind of TT's MO. He kind of just plays this way, and he finds a way to do it. This is kind of reminiscent of his run against Fractal back in 2021 to get to top 8. He is so close on reaching that redemption, reaching that arc he's been searching for these past 4 years, Birb.
Yeah, lots of craziness going on CT2
yeah,
over there as well.
got some crazy stuff happening right now. So make sure you're multi-streaming, get all the windows open, all that stuff. iBall at 504, TT at 561.
Yeah, meanwhile at the bottom, Tristop with almost a 9 Tetris lead over Dog, going a 1.3 into 29. That is a crazy efficient game. Meanwhile, Dog a few lines back from the 29 transition. He's got one more remaining now with the Tetris there. He's back by about 200K. And worth noting here, I mean, seriously, 1.3 into 29, that's the highest transition to 29 in history. So Dog with a huge task ahead, 6 Tetrises behind, has really got to up the gas here, King, as we are approaching level 39.
Oh, hang-a-ring by Dog on the left side. He can, I don't know if he tried to roll that one over, just slipped it up. We'll see. He has a left roll Tetris.
Oh, Tristop!
Tristop will top out, but there's a long chase down for Dog.
Yeah, it's a 6 Tetris deficit, but a hang!
Oh, this is so tough for Dog. He needs some help on the left side. He won't get it! And he's done at 1.175, but Tristop so good. Strong, level 18 to 29. 1.4 million score. We'll tie it up. We got ourselves a series there, Birb.
Wow. And we've still got one at the top as well. Of course, iBall in another dig situation at level 26 is back by about a Tetris and a half. So not as large a deficit as we saw the last game, but he's got to get out of this if he wants to make it to 29 and give himself a chance here.
All right. Less than a Tetris lead for TT.
Yeah, iBall not pleased with those pieces. All right, if you can read libs, oh boy.
Oh, this board for TetrisTime, though, getting rough. That right side, I don't know what he can do with that Birb. Yes, he rolls it over to the right.
My God, these are some really high stacks. We're tied. We are tied, King.
Oh,
790, 260 the score for both.
But TT is so high up before 29. He's only got 4 lines left. There he goes. He gets a triple to bring this down.
Going in.
And here it comes. A dirty triple for TT. He's brought it back down. He's staying alive. Oh, my word.
Oh, my God. Yeah, it is a tight one here. It is going to come down to the 29. Here we go. We got an 11,000 point lead for iBall. He is trying to just hang on to it for dear life. TetrisTime has got himself clean now and is going to look to get into scoring position now. But of course, a couple misdrops going to prolong that process here.
This one getting to its fast and furious ending here. Meanwhile, players on the bottom are ready to go. Let's count them down quickly. We're going to start game number 3 for Dog and Tristop in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. The battle rages on with iBall and TT. iBall. See the reaction, happy with that. He's got a 46,000 point lead over TT.
Yeah, it's really, so far, it's been hard for either player to really get into a good rhythm here on 29. iBall, really the only one that's even got a Tetris so far, and another one for iBall.
Gives him a 2+ Tetris lead now. TetrisTime cleaning this board up. He's looking for safety first, Birb. He does not want to get too aggressive. He wants to get comfortable here. Notice he did not go for setting up that Aki bar, but there's a Tetris.
Tetris, TT.
He's closing it back in now. iBall had hit another one before that, and iBall set up another Tetris for iBall.
Man, what a game, King. Now they're locked and loaded, getting to a good rhythm here with just a few levels left before 39 super kill screen.
TT is set up for another one. Here comes Tetris for him. He'll be at 1 million points. iBall's at 1,078,000.
Yeah, this is where that sort of scaling approach comes into play with the Tetris being worth so much more the later we go on.
And the later that we go on is coming to an end because we're on level 36. Level 37 now for iBall and TT. They've only got one more after this, and then 39 becomes impossible. TT, Hangarangs is done! And iBall will tie it up. His 1.1 million is good enough. And that one is even. GG's.
And King, that game, they both got their worst 29 transition of the year.
What a time to get that, huh? Seriously. But look at the perseverance on both of them, Birb, that they hung in there the whole time to get it to that point. None of them gave up. None of them said, I'm done. Rage on. That's what you have to do as a heart of a warrior. You have to just continue on. Yeah, you got to just go in, all in, just whatever you can do. You know, all you can do is your best. And referee Arbaro is getting in there. He's making sure. Give him a break. As his protocol, give them a break. I have a thumbs up from referee Arbaro, ready to go. Count him down, Birb, for this game number 3. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And of course, on the bottom, we are still continuing on here, King. We are about 50 lines through. It is 205 Tristop, 231 for DogPlayingTetris, the 2-time former world champ. And it is, this one, both these matches so far have just been absolute nail biters already, right? A lot of momentum hanging in the balance here. Oh, without question. And what's hanging in the balance is the final group for the top 16 are about to get underway over on our CT2 channel. So hopefully all of you at home are watching that along on our YouTube channel, Birb. We've got the CTWC archive channel. First time ever that we are simulcasting the top 16 so the world can watch as we are right now here what's going on. So over on CT2, if you're a fan of Meme, Guafi, Miles, and Cole, they're over there. They're about to get started. You can head on over to our Classic Tetris 2 channel on Twitch or the Classic Tetris Archives, the CTWC Archives on YouTube. You can watch that match live right now. Yeah, make sure you have all the tabs open, right? You gotta multi-twitch it, however you do it. But get your other monitor or the TV, whatever you gotta do. It is worth every minute. And I'm certainly excited to watch back all those later. Oh, I know I'm doing all week long, man. When I get home, yeah. Well, I guess because I have a day off on Tuesday because I'm flying back. I'm just gonna watch this whole event. Yeah. I'm gonna try to watch 36 hours in a 12-hour span. So I'm gonna have all my monitors open. Yeah. Oh, Tetris time. You know, watch it, right? We gotta watch TT try to lock in here as he is up towards the top. This not a great situation here. Oh my word! Again, how does he, seriously, King, how does he do it? He's finding the solves again. Oh, that long bar, though, that slipped. Now he's in major trouble. He needs something to the left side. It's all falling apart, and he's done. A quick top out. Wow, an iBall just like that will take the 2-1 lead and is 1 win away from advancing to the top 8 here at the World Championship. Wow. What a turn of events. I mean, that's prototypical Tetris time right there, where he's coming off a game and the next one he just seems to struggle. Yeah. He just seems to struggle and he loses his grip and just cannot get it back. And we fly too close to the sun, Birb, you're going to get burned. Yeah, that'll happen. Right now at the bottom, it is approaching transition. We got about 20 lines to go. It is Dog with a 2 Tetris lead. Arbaro has confirmed everything's set. The thumbs up from him. Birb, let's do it. Game number 4 is pivotal. Yeah, it is. And it's coming up in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Everything on the line now for Tetris time. He must win to stay alive. iBall 1 win away from making his first CTWC top 8. Yeah, worth noting there. I mean, that was, even for Tetris time, right? We kind of mentioned kind of a prototypical game for him, but honestly, I mean, making it to 19, he makes it there 93% of the time, right? Wow. More often than not, he is making it. Yeah. So in terms of statistic-wise, right, definitely an out-of-character game for him, so he's certainly going to want to shake it off. Well, talking about a couple of players that make 19 transition almost 100% of the time. They're batting it on underway at the bottom. It's Tristop. It's Dog with a slight Tetris lead. 599 to 598. Now it's less than that. Man, neck and neck, man. Oh, the Vits from Dog. Jasmine's happy. Oh, yeah. Nice Vits. Oh, TT again.
Oh my God.
This is tough.
Okay, he found the tuck. We need something to the right side. And it's going to find the S the T, because guess what, King? No bar coming.
He's in a drought. But this is more manageable than what it was just moments ago.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, nicely done. I was going to say, iBall's board not looking perfect either, but that T-tuck going to really fix things. And there's the long bar. There's the Tetris. And he will take a slight lead here, 120 to 99.
Back at the bottom. It is crucial game 3. Dog and Tristop tied up 1-1. Someone will take a 2-1 advantage after this one. Dog back by about 73,000 points.
Yeah, there's a Tetris there to try and close the gap again. 2.5 Tetris is the difference right now. And really, I have a good feeling that they are going to maintain this same level of efficiency going into 29. And honestly, I could see that making the huge difference once we get there. So here we go. We're on level 24 here for Tristop, 23 for Dog. And that's actually worth noting too, right? It's about a 6-line spread between our players at any given moment. So obviously, you know, the true lead to Tristop, but may not be as large as it appears, King, provided Dog can take advantage of the extra lines on hand.
100,000 point lead for Tristop. Dog with a flat bar, delayed burn, love it.
Yeah, but Tristop with a slight misdrop. And that's, again, just even the smallest misdrop like that could be the window of opportunity that a player like Dog can easily take advantage of.
Meanwhile, the top, they're just still getting underway, about 60 lines in, almost the halfway marker. iBall 224, TT at 269.
Hey now.
Hey down counter at 1 for Omenvar.
Oh man, but here we go. We are approaching 29, King. For our heroes at the bottom, it is still about a 2.5 Tetris lead for Tristop in spite of all the burning that he's had to do. Dog hasn't really been able to capitalize, he's been having to burn himself. But again, that 50% speed increase about to happen in the next 10 lines or so, depending on whose board you're looking at. A little bit less than that for Tristop. There's a Tetris, he has maxed out. And Dog still looking to get there, but had a misdrop of a J on the left side, so now it really comes down to, okay, do we try to just keep this board safe? Generally speaking, that's kind of the strategy going into 29, just like with 19, right? Keep the board safe, keep it in a position where, you know, you don't have to rely on hitting like frame perfect rolls to be able to get pieces over.
29 is here for Tristop. 4 Tetris lead on Dog. Dog has joined. The battle has begun on level 29. Who will take advantage going into game 4?
Yeah, this is a very big game here. It's going to be a close one to the finish. Tristop's got a dirty well set up, but the bar came a piece too late. So he's going to have to try and just keep this open, but comes one too late again, and there we go. Nice dirty triple. Decides to just burn this down, knowing he's got a healthy lead.
Yeah, you know, still a few levels left. There's a Tetris for Dog. Exactly what he needed.
Yeah, he's got to try and get him where he can to try and close this gap. It's about a 3 Tetris lead for Tristop still, so it is starting to shrink a little bit. And keep in mind too, King, Dog behind in the line count was the second player to get to transition out of the 2.
Yes, so that's going to be crucial for Dog. If he can try to avoid staying in digs, he would have the advantage going into the final portion of this 29 play. 200,000 point lead now for Tristop. Kind of selling the board. Oh, but there we go, he's done.
Oh my God.
He's topped out at 1.3. Another opportunity for Dog to chase. He'll take the safety triples. Now he knows that
he knows
Tristop
he's got
is done.
time. He's definitely, it's not a gimme at this phase. I mean, we've only got a few levels left to go before 39, the super kill screen. But again, you know, can't afford to take some birds here and there though.
He's down 3.5 Tetris. 155,000 points to make up for Dog. He's got about 4 levels to do it.
Yeah, and often he is someone that is very capable of getting this chase down to happen. He gets it about 3/4 of the time.
He's chopping everything down. Now it's less than 3 Tetrises to go. There's one.
There we go. Just under 2 Tetrises left to go.
With 2 levels left. This is level 37.
Out of time.
There's
Tetris
another
Dog.
one. He's less than a Tetris away.
He's got about 15 lines to go. And there it is. Boom, Tetris for Dog. And he has got it done. Wow. It is now 2-1.
The heart of a champion there. 2-time former world champion. Dog looking to finish out You saw the sigh of relief on him, Birb.
Yeah, and of course, 1 line away from super kill screen, right? Yeah.
200,000 point chase down right there for Dog in the 29 stages. Tremendous.
Yeah, that's how you win. That's how you win, and he's giving you the master class right there. But of course, King, no time to waste, because at the top, we've got some 19 action upon us. 691 for TT, 678 for iBall. We are on level 22. It is neck and neck.
Tetris for Tetris time to take the lead, but as Birb mentioned, it is neck and neck there. So the lead can change quickly with Tetris after Tetris.
Yeah, certainly anything can happen here. Again, with a win for iBall, he can punch his ticket to the top 8 for his first time ever. A win for TT will send us to a decider.
Referee Arbaro is giving the signal. Game number 4 about to begin. Let's count it down. Birb, go ahead for Dog and Tristop.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And we are underway at the bottom. And meanwhile, the war continues at the top, as it is a 6,000 point game here in favor of iBall, who's about 4 lines back as well. There's the Tetris to close in on that. So he's enjoying about a healthy 1 Tetris lead.
The drama up at the top there. The faces on the players give you the story.
Yeah, they are absolutely locked in right now. There's a Tetris for iBall here. We got 919 for him, 946 for TT. As it is just going back and forth. Very dramatic match here, King.
TT will look to fill the long bar for. He had 2 long bar dependency going. He filled 1 for. He'll take the triple. Doesn't go S flat. Would have had the T to burn. Would have been Tetris ready, but to get it now. We're on level 37. Sorry, 27. Excuse me. We're about to go to 29 play shortly.
Yeah, they're starting to run out of runway here. Again, they got to start thinking about their boards, you know, and how they want to approach it going into 29. Slight misdrop, though, from iBall. And that's going to cause a few burns here. That could be the window of opportunity for TetrisTime to start building a lead. He has both players have maxed out, but it is a 10,000 point lead for TT. He's on 29, off and running.
Here we go, TetrisTime, the first one to get there. iBall gets a Tetris to get that lead back in, but again, less than a Tetris separate the 2. iBall wants 1 more to give him a little bit of cushion. TT's 29. TT's board getting a little spiraling out of control for him.
Oh, TT in trouble.
He's gonna hang, and that's it.
That's it. And iBall has punched his ticket to the top 8 for his first time ever. He has got it done, 3-1. Wow.
The Canadian speed runner moves on in the tournament and ends the redemption arc of TetrisTime. And iBall keeping the hopes of the international community open, Birb.
Oh, yeah. First ever international title. At least in the gold bracket, that is. But of course, no time to waste, because we got another match continuing at the bottom. Dog and Tristop still locked in, as it is a 12,000 point advantage for the former world champ right now.
Birb. What a match that one was. There's the drama that was going in on it, and obviously iBall fan favorite. He's got a huge supportive crowd that is here rooting for him. He'll move on in the tournament, and we've got our 2 big stars on the bottom. The final 4 member from last year, semi-finalist Tristop against 2-time former world champion Dog. Only one can move on. And Dog with a 2-1 advantage and has a slight lead in this one.
Yeah, certainly a favorable position for him right now. Right, of course, as the player with the best fair medians go on the planet, right? Certainly, he's been living up to it this series, King. And, it's definitely boding well for him. But right now, we are neck and neck, as he's just going to have to hold strong here, hold off that buzzsaw that is Tristop.
Very tight game for game number 4. Tetris for Dog. And another one for Dog. He'll go to 404. Tristop at 389. Line count pretty similar in that regard.
Yeah, and Dog did have a slight misdrop there. He's going to go, oh, your favorite move there, King, the long bar flat.
Of course.
Getting it done. As, yeah, now, oh, actually, he's starting to get a little bit uncomfortable here for Dog. Certainly not an unsurvivable situation, but unsurvivable, insurvivable, regardless, it's a survivable situation. Just not what you want to see as we are starting to approach a transition. We're about 30 lines away. And, you know, again, with that speed increase, definitely good to have the clean board, just clean and under control.
And recently, Birb, you know, we have our premier poll that is community-wide, community knowledge for the top 25 players in our open tournaments. Dog recently just surpassing Scooty as the #1 player on the poll, as voted by us broadcasters and journalists in the community. Obviously solidifying that with his Mega Masters win.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I mean, that's a big win. I mean, that's the biggest online tournament. Really the only tournament that's close to, this caliber of tournament here at the World Championship, right? And, for Dog to be able to win that as well, I mean, that's huge. It's their biggest tournament of the year. Yeah.
Getting close to 19 transition at the moment. Tristop, 552, Dog, 481. It's a 70,000 point lead at the moment. Tristop will increase it again to a 4 Tetris lead.
Yeah, and here we go. Tristop again, kind of a more underrated player, right? Again, ended up making top 4 last year in spite of that, right? As he has made it to the level 19 transition with about a 600K. Dog looking at maybe like a 525 or so if he can get this last Tetris. Has 4 lines left to go. And there we go. We'll get it. Tetris Dog, 531. And off they run. This is a crucial game here for Tristop. He needs this win to stay alive. He's on his last life here, King. And right now is in control. Has got over a 4 Tetris lead.
He was similarly in the lead in the last game going into 29 players, about 200,000 points.
Yeah.
But then Dog just methodically hung in there. Tristop with the top out, and Dog just cut him to pieces and now has the advantage with a 2-1 lead, but we'll see if he can replicate that again to catch.
Yeah, we'll see how it pans out. Certainly, of course, first things first, they got to get to 29, and I have no doubt these two will, but, hang on, Dog with a hang of a bar. As he is going to have to find a way around that. Did not go for the Z left. We'll wait for the T. Certainly trying to hold out, because, again, that S piece on the left side is just such a clean placement. It's very, very appealing.
Yeah, no, it worked out very well for him with the 2 Ts that came in, because that then formed a nice, clear shape for him to get out of that. Down 200,000 points. He's been here before, so he's not going to be worried about that. We're early on in level 19 play, and again, Tristop way ahead in the line count, too.
Yeah. And I think, too, the pressure on Tristop certainly higher in this scenario than it would be for Dog, right? Dog knowing that, hey, I've chased down a lead this large before, literally the last game. I just did this at level 29. And also knowing he has the 2-1 lead and has that extra game in hand. Obviously, you don't want to lose this game and give Tristop another chance, but, worst case scenario, you've got him one more chance to do it if this doesn't go well.
Dog will hit a Tetris. Down 7 Tetris at the moment. 230,000 point lead. He'll hit one there, and so will Tristop. Again, 2 level difference.
Yeah, and
certainly will play a factor.
Out. He has maxed out at the level 36, so certainly a very efficient game once again on his side. Just south of an 80% Tetris rate. Hello again, James Chen.
Birb's got to get those in there.
Yeah.
Tetris again for Tristop.
Yeah, again, he is just no signs of let up here from Tristop. He is just continuing to stay on fire here. As Dog has kind of an awkward hold towards the right side, but he's got to tug at the square. Ooh, but if he misdrops, though, this is going to cause some burning here. This is not what you want to see when you're down over 200,000 points. There we go, a few burns. There we go. That LP's coming in. It's going to clean up really nicely. And there we go. There's the Z to finish that burn sequence there for Dog, but he is down 8 Tetrises. Make that 9 Tetrises with the Tetris to 29 from Tristop.
And there's a Tetris for Dog. Down 9 Tetrises at this moment.
Yeah, and again, one of the best 29 transitions in tournament history achieved by Tristop there. Barely worse than the last one.
Dog makes an adjustment with the bar so he can open up that well. He didn't want to make a lumbar dependency. He'll open it up, and there's a Tetris. Dog has joined.
In.
He's on 29. Here we go, Birb. It's do or die. Tristop with a little bit of a hang of a T that's now caused little fits, but maybe can burn it away. Dog trying to get clean and set. And there's a Tetris for Dog. 333,000 points away.
Yeah, this is going to be an even bigger chase down than the last game. Almost a 9 Tetris difference between our two players, but bearing in mind, Tristop got to 29 first. And that's good. Again, if Dog can, like last game, take advantage of the extra lines in hand, this could be big.
But Dog's gonna have to be super efficient at this point because Tristop is slamming Tetris. 1.5 million for Tristop on level 33. Insane, Birb.
My God. This is like top 16, man.
Tristop set up for a
and
Dog's gonna be done. Cannot work it through, and Birb. It's time for the King to say game 4 is no more. Tristop and Dog will go to a decider to settle who go to top 8. GG's.
Wow. What a game. Tristop did what he had to do. He redeemed himself from the last game. Was unable to keep going all the way to 39, and yeah, Dog capitalized on that. But now he made up for it in this one, and now just like that, he is forced a decider.
Let's count it down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Birb, it almost seems unfair when you have players of this caliber that must play in the early round top 16 when both of them were in the Final Four last year.
Yeah, it's crazy that only one of these two will have a chance to do it again. And, again, Dog, in his case, too, making it to the finals, right? And almost, seriously, we had a really good showing against Alex T in last year's finals and push it all the way to game 5. And certainly, I'm sure he'll be hungry to get back there, and I'm sure he'd be pretty disappointed if his run ended right here at top 16.
The drought, insane to open. It was a 44-piece drought. My word, it almost looked like Tristop was flying way too close to the sun, but that bar just came in the moment, a little mini drought there afterwards.
Yeah, Tristop usually someone that's got it under control, and again, as a lot of the top rollers do, right? They keep things under control in spite of being so high up at the top, but they give themselves the burn options. They know that they try to keep it flexible in spite of being so high up so that they can find the burn solutions should they run into a lengthy drought like they just did there. But of course, and speaking of, we were talking about Dog a moment ago, right? He wants to make it back to the finals, and right now, if he loses this match, King, this will break a 5-year streak of making it to the semifinals, getting 4th place or better at the World Championship. He has done it the last 5 years in a row. It's crazy to imagine the possibility of that not happening this year.
The droughts in this scene, it's just ridiculous. A 30-piece drought just now. Oh my word, we're going to keep an eye on this one. This is a rough one.
Yeah, we're putting these players through the ringer here, King.
Kind of goes to the war of attrition to kind of just see how players can deal and cope.
Yeah, it is. And it's a skill, right? It's got, there's lots of different skills that go into this, and being able to handle, not so favorable P sequences, based on how you stack, right? That's part of the game, and that's a big part of the skill set. And so being able to handle these rough RNG, the rough sequences, that's, part of what makes you a champion.
And certainly, without question. 250 for Tristop, 224 for Dog. About a Tetris and change, the difference here in this Game 5 decider.
Yeah, it's so, just the looks on their face right now, King. It's just so tense up there. Just knowing what's at stake for each of these two, missing a semifinals appearance, or hell, even a quarterfinals appearance, right? So. Well, right now, it is just about a 1 Tetris advantage in favor of Tristop. Right, and certainly Tristop winning would be a seeding upset, though honestly, probably just an overall upset as well. But at the same time, just with how much Tristop has improved, the last year and a half, it's still a really close match. I don't even know that I'd call it an upset in general. Again, 346 for Tristop, 319 here for the two-time world champion, former world champion, DogPlayingTetris. A couple Tetris coming in, and again, as a reminder for folks, lots more top 16 action is still happening right over at Classic Tetris 2 on Twitch, or if you are on YouTube, the CTWC archive channel. Make sure to check that out. We got a couple other matches still going on, right? Cole and Miles, along with Guafia and Meme. Make sure to check that out as well. Have it open another monitor as these two battle it out to the finish here in this game number 5 with the level 19 transition fast approaching with 30 lines left to go. And again, Tristop now opening up this lead to about 3 Tetrises.
The drama, the intensity,
yeah,
the fortitude going on right now. I feel like the crowd is like on pins and needles, bro.
Yeah.
Like they want to root for their heroes. They want to see their favorite succeed and move on. It's so tough. Again, this game
yeah.
tugs at the heartstrings, Birb.
It really does. Yeah. Again, the fact that they had to match up so early, it's just, it kind of bums me out. Like, it's something you want to see like later on, like top 4, the finals, right? But that, again, it's just how good everyone is now. It's how the seeding works out, and yeah, sometimes you got to eliminate your buddy early.
Maybe next year, Birb, what we should do is just have all players just play Marts all day long, and then if you beat him, you get a trophy, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That way everybody can have fun.
Yeah, I mean, that's the real participation trophy, right, that everybody...
And so, all Monsieur Kingsman never refuse. Had to do it, Birb.
Oh, yeah, had to.
Had to.
Got to do it before they kick us off the air, right, for top 8.
Oh, indeed, yeah. 579 for Tristop, 515 for Dog. It is a little over 2 Tetrises, closing in on 3 now.
Yeah,
what an adjustment from Dog with that J.
Yeah, of course, we have transition on his side. Another 600K at transition. Dog about to join him here at 539. And off they run, King. It is the 19 to decide it all.
Tristop about a 85,000 point lead after Dog got the Tetris. Tetris for Tristop again. 4+ Tetris lead in favor of Tristop, looking to get back to the final 4 again, but first must get through the top 16 and the 2-time former world champion.
Yeah, it is, again, it's just still so intense up there. Their expressions tell all, King. Man, there's just so much on the line here. As we are starting to run into a bit of a drought here for our players. Starting to climb, but there we go. Not too long of one. But Dog will be able to get the Tetris to the bar when it came in, so he will bring this lead down to about 2.5 Tetrises for Tristop.
Tetris for Dog to go to 658. Still about 2.5 Tetris behind. Slightly a level behind. Not too much, really.
Yeah, so again, they are just keeping this close. I mean, man, what more can you ask for here in the top 16 at the World Championship? Championship Sunday. What more can you ask? But, oh, Tristop. Oh boy, this is getting a little bit dicey. Gets the long bar to the right for the triple. That's gonna help bring this down.
A lot of holes on his stack there, Bird, but he has the time to just cut it down. Exactly what he's doing. Dog will fill the long bar dependency, and he'll get the long bar to score. Now we're cooking.
Oh baby, it's a 5,000 point game now.
Dog will skim with the T to keep that right side open. Take the safety triple.
Yeah, Tristop now, level 25, is just hanging on to this 5,000 point lead as Dog gets a Tetris to steal the lead back. And there we go, nice setup. There's the Tetris down column 2 for Tristop to take the lead back. King, this one's looking like it's gonna come down to the wire.
Oh, absolutely. Could be a stunning finish here at the end. Tetris for Tristop, get the lead right back.
Oh my word, this is coming down to a level 29, fast approaching. Less than 30 lines to go.
Dog with a Tetris, it is neck and neck here. And
Yeah.
there's a Tetris for Dog. It's 5,000 points separating the two with Tristop in the lead.
Yeah, there we go, another Tetris. Tristop to expand on that, but again, is ahead by about 6 lines or so.
Dog with the skim. The long bar scores for the Tetris. 955 for Dog, 959 for Tristop.
Man, the level 29 about to make all the difference here as we get there in just a few lines. Oh man, Dog trying to fill on that left side now and is trying to get this board back under control. That long bar came at an inopportune time as we've got 8 lines left to go before the 29 transition. Tristop will get there with a max out. And it's got an 80,000 point lead. Dog with 2 more on the table. Before we get there is waiting. It's waiting, still waiting. Finally shows. There's the Tetris. He'll max in as well. It is a 50,000 point spread.
Here we go. It's level 29 speed. It's a decider. Who's going to move on? Dog waiting for the bar. He's waiting for the bar. It's the tipping!
He couldn't do it. He just couldn't do it. And Tristop will get it done. And he'll punch his ticket to the top 8. And Dog's 5-year streak as at least a semi-finalist will come to an end.
Unbelievable.
Wow. Man, just what a match overall. Is Tristop gonna finish this out? Because why the heck not? But my God, what an absolute war that it took for him to win over a 2-time world champion in Dog. What a match, King.
Oh, it's crazy. What a finish there, and that's such a heartbreak for Dog. And there we go. That tells you the heartwarming tale of the community, that it had to come down to this. 2 longtime friends.
Man.
Only one was going to be able to move on and continue.
Hello everyone, it's your favorite underwater host Sharky here. I want to say I hope you enjoyed the matches. And congratulations, you now got to officially see the end of Tristop versus Dog, Game 5. We're going to talk about that in a bit, but we're going to talk about our other match, TetrisTime versus iBall. Because TetrisTime versus iBall is a very interesting match. One, this is the first time that we've seen TetrisTime progress this far in the bracket since way back in 2021, where he defied expectations and made it all the way to top 8. But in addition to that, TetrisTime was also coming off some massive momentum, winning 3 regionals back to back to back, which that in of itself is kind of wild because you kind of have to travel to these things. If I'm remembering correctly, there was Washington, then there was Phoenix, and then there was Las Vegas. I think I got the order of the last 2 wrong, so you're gonna have to forgive me for that. But definitely a lot of traveling involved, and TetrisTime coming into this event was coming off of back-to-back wins in all those regionals. And then iBall, of course, the sole representative in Canada, advancing this far in the bracket already means, you know, something huge. Because I believe iBall is the highest placing Canadian so far. And who's to say that he can't go further? Of course, iBall's opponent is going to be Tristop, which we might as well actually dive into Tristop versus Dog. Now, Tristop versus Dog, it was quite a wild match in and of itself. Game 4, such a huge momentum shift. I mean, even me when I was editing this and, you know, watching it live, just seeing it all happen is wild. And I think that, you know, shout out to the production team that we have here at CTWC, because even though the stream did go down, so only if you were in the venue, you got to see how it ended. Everyone else is seeing this for the first time. And the way that it did end, you know, a lot of people thought that maybe it was like some prolonged 29 play or something like that. No, it was just one small aggressive placement from Dog that kind of put his board in a compromising position, and with no long bar to help get it under control, things just kind of spiraled out of control and Dog topped out. And this is officially the first year that Dog has played in the CTWC where he has not been at least a semi-finalist. We're talking about 2020, where he won, 2021, where he also won, 2022, top 4, 2023, top 4, 2024, top 2, he was a finalist again. And then this year in 2025, he goes out in top 16. If that doesn't illustrate just how insane the competition has gotten these days, then I don't know what will. We have 2 of our former world champions going out in top 16. Fractal lost to Scooty earlier in this tournament, and Dog just lost to Tristop. Let that sink in. And while you're letting that sink in, we're going to talk about our next 2 matches, our final matches for top 16, Miles versus Cole and Meme versus Guafi. I'm going to start with Miles versus Cole because Cole has found himself in top 16 here once before. And that was last year when he played up against Blue Scooty. Miles, of course, found himself in top 16 in this position last year as well, and actually was able to advance to top 8 where he played Dog and had a pretty stellar set. But now both of these players, they're trying to make it to top 8. Miles is trying to do it for the 2nd year in a row, and Cole is trying to have his best tournament yet by proceeding to that top 8 here in CTWC 2025. Now, Meme versus Guafi is an interesting one because Meme has been in a top 16 position before, back in the online years, back in 2021. But this is now an opportunity for Meme to break past that top 16 barrier and make it in the top 8. And Meme is also coming off with some really strong performances in IRL tournaments, most notably the Flawless tournament from Genesis, not dropping a single game, making it all the way to level 29, 100% transition rate on 29 and level 19, and of course the Flawless Hour qualifier. So Meme is coming off of all of that, and then Guafi, a name that's probably the most least familiar out of anyone that has played in the top 16 so far. Guafi has to go up against Meme, and now this is like an opportunity for Guafi to prove himself, because this is the first that Guafi has gone in a tournament. And now for a chance at top 8, we've already seen Cobra make it to top 8 after a surprising sweep up against DMJ. Who's to say that Guafi is not going to be able to pull off the same kind of thing? But that's going to do it for today's lore drop. Once again, you guys finally got to see what happened at the end of Game 5. And it was definitely, I think it shows a lot how much passion gets put into CTWC, not just from the organizer side, but also from the player side. But that's going to do it for today's lore drop. Hope you all enjoyed the matches. Leave a like if you did. Comment down what you thought about these matches and what you're looking forward to in the next match, because there's also going to be some exciting stuff there. No spoilers. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more matches like this. I'm your underwater host Sharky, and I'll see you in the next match here in CTWC